New Year's Eve, Tuskateer Hogcast. I almost said podcast. Tuskateer Hogcast.
Better get it
on
right, boy.
New Year's Eve. Hope everyone out there had a great Christmas. And I hope you're going to have a happy New Year. Surprising turn of events for the Hogs in the bowl game.
Was it really
for
surprising?
you?
No, I picked us winning that game.
You picked us winning, but you in your
I'm
heart,
not impressed.
You knew it was
I'm
going to
just
be
not
a
impressed.
loss.
I mean, it's a bowl game that a lot of backups played in, and everybody knows it. They had a new defense coordinator. They had a new quarterback. I mean, how can you be impressed by that?
It's just the nature of college football now.
Yeah,
you're going to have – Texas Tech was in the same boat.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's just the nature of bowl games now. You know, the
Right.
Liberty Bowl is 66 years old. We played in a 66-year-old bowl. Just the history of it and being able to be a part of something like that.
But
Give the guys another chance to play another game, see what we got on the bench as far as our depth for maybe going into spring next year. There's some beneficial factors to it for sure. And plus it's $6 million.
The biggest one being $6 million to go down there and play. That's a big pay.
I mean,
take that $6 million.
that's really the reason we do it. I mean,
That's
money.
why any team does it now.
I mean, that's the only reason.
If they said we're not going to pay you a dime, I bet there'd be a lot more university goes, no, we're not going to risk getting our guys hurt. You're not, we're not getting
For sure. It's all about the
monetarily, benefit to this.
College is the pros now, and it's slowly turning to that.
Semi-pro.
It really is.
Yeah. We pulled it out 39-26. I don't remember what we said for scores.
I said 31-27.
38-28, I'm pretty sure is what I said.
I know I said it was going to be low.
Close,
I knew it was going to be, or I said it was going to be low scoring. I think I probably said like 28.
You said take
24.
the under.
I said take the under.
It was
supposed to be raining and all this and that, and I just thought it was going to be sloppy. So, defensively,
it was perfect weather, really.
Defensively, it was sloppy.
I mean, a lot of missed tackles. Yeah,
a lot of missed tackles, a lot of offensive yards on both sides of the ball.
You're going to have that.
Yeah.
I mean, for one, you go, 3 weeks without playing a football game. You're playing a lot of new players. You're playing a team that you don't really know that well because you're playing in a different league. Teams like Auburn and Alabama, we know what they do. We know, how they operate. When you're playing another team that, you play, what's the last time we played Texas Tech? 3 or 4 years
2015,
ago?
2015, when Mahomes was their
I thought
quarterback.
we played Texas Tech in 20.
Last time we played was Bielema's year, 2015. Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback. That's the last time we played him.
Okay. I thought there was one more.
Who won that
recent
game?
than that. We did.
Texas Tech won.
I don't know. That's why
I'm pretty sure there's one more recent than that if we looked it up.
But, I mean, I think you see in this game especially, a lot of backups played for both teams. You see the depth of the SEC is obvious. I mean, we just had bigger players.
Yeah, that's what me and Grady was talking about. A 6-6 SEC team is like an 8-4 Big 12 team to me.
Exactly.
More times than not.
You said it.
More times than not. I'd say 8 out of 10 times it's going to be a pretty evenly matched game.
We would for sure go 8-4, maybe 9-3.
Mm-hmm. I think we'd have Texas Tech's record if we were in the Big 12 this year.
Maybe 9-3.
And we were almost 8-4 in the SEC. We let a couple games go.
But that's the problem. We're in the SEC, so we got to meet those expectations. I mean, we got to bring in those players to compete.
I think it was a pretty evenly matched matchup, other than maybe the line. I think we pretty much dominated on both sides of the ball as far as the line. I think you wear a team like that down the third, fourth quarter.
On that note, let's go to the y'all seen the stomp, right?
35-24.
Is that what we're calling it?
2015, we lost to Texas Tech 35-24.
I mean, that's pretty much what he did.
That was the last time we played.
That's pretty much what he did, right? He stomped on his ankle after the play, after the whistle. He seeked out his ankle and stepped on it on purpose.
You know who I'm thinking of? Cincinnati was another black and red team that we played.
We played them
2 or 4 years.
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah,
the Bearcats.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of.
Beat them.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's I mean, it was definitely on purpose. It was definitely on purpose. He came out and apologized for it. And I noticed in his apology, he apologized to the coaching staff of both teams, and he apologized to the university, and then he specifically said to the University of Texas Tech, but he didn't apologize to the player or any of that. So that makes me think he still has animosity, towards whoever that is.
That kind of stuff goes on at the bottom of a dog pile every day.
And I know there was
all the time.
They just don't get
all
caught.
the time.
Yeah.
I do got to shout out real quick. We are now on Twitch. I didn't even know what Twitch was.
It's a streaming.
Is that like
I don't
twerking?
know. No.
Instead of twerking,
I didn't know what Twitch was, but a buddy of mine at work told me we needed to get set up on Twitch, so I got us on Twitch. And right now, I don't know who it is, but
as long as we've got one week, we're doing good.
We've got one person on Twitch. Appreciate you, whoever that is. It might even be Seth. If that is you, Seth, appreciate it, dog. Hope you have a happy New Year.
Anyway,
see you Thursday.
Yeah, I don't even know what Twitch is, but
you just said it. You knew what it was.
I know it's a streaming something, but it's made for like it's made for like gaming, like Xbox and like maybe, PlayStation.
But he said it'd be a good place to get on, so I got us on there, and
more the merrier.
We've got one person on there watching us. So
can't hurt.
Shout out. And it's supposed to, if they chat, it's supposed to send it to this.
We're trying to get rich doing this.
We don't know what we're doing.
We're some high rollers.
Yeah.
Can't you tell?
Anyway, go ahead.
Back to the stomp. I don't know what y'all are calling it.
So we have the
what's his name?
We have the Miracle Markham. We have the Henry Heath.
Hunter Heath.
The Hunter
now
Heath.
The Liberty Stomp.
The Liberty Stomp.
That's what I'm calling it.
All right, Buck.
Hey, we put our foot down in that game. I mean, literally.
Well, I mean, it's not. I've seen a video that's circulating like that same guy. I don't know what his name is, but he made a tackle that some people are saying was dirty on Taylor Green on below his knees,
and then they hit Tesla in the head. They headhunted him on that.
They had some dirty.
There's dirty plays in football, and the amount of NFL players I've seen come out and speak out against. Was it Carmona?
Yeah, Carmona.
Fernando Carmona.
Yeah, Fernando. That to me, they know better. They know, and one of them was a former Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
retweeted it, and I tweeted back to him and was like, "You of all people know what happens at the bottom of a pile when you fumble football."
Here's my point.
He was a run.
Here's my point. On social media, everybody's like, "Kick him off the team immediately."
Stupid.
Let's give some grace, because I guarantee you, most of the people that's saying kick him off the team has made a mistake before.
No, that's
and
too
if
far.
they got caught by their boss, if they had that type of attitude, they'd be fired.
Now,
too.
if this was a repeat,
they'd want forgiveness
incident,
too.
He keeps
damn right,
doing
Wes. I
it.
grew up in a cave.
If he keeps doing it, then I could hear them comments.
If this was like
a repeat offense,
if this was like the guy who played for was it Nebraska and then for the Lions, Ndamukong Suh.
Oh yeah, dirty player.
He was a dirty.
If it was
player.
like that, a reoccurrence.
He played for LSU.
It happened like every other game with him.
He didn't play for Nebraska. He played for LSU.
No, he played for Nebraska.
I think he played for Nebraska. Look it up.
Ndamukong Suh?
Yeah. Fact check it.
1,000% on that.
Fact check.
I don't know how to spell his name, so I'm gonna have to speak it. Ndamukong Suh. It's at the Dolphins. What?
Good
Just
Lord.
It's
Sue,
like
this dude,
yeah, I know.
Nebraska.
Defensive
I'm
tackle.
pretty sure he played for Nebraska, the Cornhuskers. But no, if it was a frequent thing and this was like his fourth or fifth,
y'all were up. I thought he played for.
Yeah, I thought he played for.
Y'all were up.
If this was like a recurring thing, then sure, kick. Fine him. Don't give him his. I don't know. Have repercussions, but one time, and you don't know what that guy said about probably about his mama.
Yeah.
Come on, one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Show some grace. He's never shown that before.
Everybody wants someone to blame.
He made one mistake.
No. Apparently he has shown it before.
Let's move on. And
some people have said he's been doing it when he's got playing time. He's been doing it all year, but I've not seen it. But that's
y'all see your check son
proof is in the
transfer?
pudding, and the eye in the sky don't lie. So show me some proof.
Hunter Yurchek's son entered the portal.
That's kind of weird.
That is
Wait, what?
His son
is on the team, but he's now in the portal.
Right.
He's in the portal.
Really?
So it makes me wonder, why is he just?
I mean, guys, this is just like I heard this on the radio today.
So.
He probably goes to a smaller.
It's just like the NFL business.
He can play at UCA. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't think players in the NFL talk to other teams? I mean, after the year's over?
Oh yeah,
every year.
Yeah,
especially now.
Yeah,
maybe not them directly, but their agents.
That's what I'm saying. And that's exactly what this is.
Oh, there's tampering all the way around, 100%.
But how about Taylor Green in this game? He was impressive, even though it was against backups and a new
He was
341 yards,
81 yards rushing,
2 touchdowns, and 81 yards rushing,
and the rushing touchdown.
And then his longest was 94, which was what's his name?
It was his first catch. Yeah. His first catch.
Desmond James. D-A-Z.
Dasman. No, it's Dasman. It's Dasman. It's like Jasmine. It's Dasman.
Catches it for 94 yards.
He was a little razzle-dazzle on.
He was fast.
What a playmaker.
His dad was a track star at the Hogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had on rushing, you had Hill at 81 yards with his longest being the 70 yards.
You think he'll get playing time next year?
Rodney Hill? Definitely.
Yeah.
You think so?
No, I think I'm talking about Desmond James.
Oh, Desmond.
Both of them.
Yeah, but Rodney Hill, if he stays and works,
he's going to be a good second back to Braylon.
We got what's his name coming back though, Braylon Russell.
Well, let me tell you, this is going to piggyback.
I thought Braylon wasn't going to play. I thought Sam Pittman came out and said that Braylon Russell was not playing. I swear I read that.
He may have, but
he sure as hell put him
in. His mind.
He's got to change his mind. I mean, every player's doing it now. They're going into the portal and coming back.
This Mike Washington Jr. we picked up. This Mike Washington Jr. that we picked up. Look out for him. Let me just put it on the billboard.
The running back we picked up.
So running back we picked up from New Mexico State.
Yeah.
That's where we need a tech guy.
He's good. So it's going to be him,
Hill, Russell, and Hill.
I mean, but who knows? Not Reed. Rodney Hill might not stay. Terrell Reed Jr. might not stay. You know, are you really going to want to be that third or fourth string?
Who was the little catback that caught the little middle pass and ran it all the way? He was a little short guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Kind of,
Well, we got Cross. You got C.J. Brown that had a catch.
No, he's a running back.
He's a running back? Well, that had to be Reed. Yeah, Tyrell Reed Jr. because he had one catch for 30,
number 20 or something like that, right?
And a touchdown.
He had one. Yeah, he had one touchdown.
That's the guy I'm thinking of.
It was 47 yards.
He's a nice third string guy.
Yeah.
Little cat back out of the backfield.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good. But Desmond James looked really, really good. And I would say probably defensively was it Robinson, number 18, that got the 2 picks? He looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
In the secondary.
So it's a good overall bowl win, I think. You can't be too impressed with it and too optimistic about it.
Yeah, Miguel Mitchell.
What have you thought about the bowl season so far? What game stands out to you that was the best bowl you've seen so far?
I haven't watched any of the bowls, really. I mean,
today was a pretty good one. Missouri just ended. Missouri and Iowa.
Who won that one?
Missouri ended up winning. They were down by a couple touchdowns, and I watched it. They came back.
The best game that I seen was Miami-Iowa State. It was a
top 25 game.
It was a top 25 matchup, and it was a 2-point game.
There hasn't been a good playoff game yet.
No, not really.
I mean, and that proves that the playoff system's broke. They need to fix it.
Yeah. Well, I think they picked off wins and not experience.
Well, they also
they've given the schedule who they lost
conference champions. They're giving buys, and that's it. Different conferences are different.
Yeah. If you have a 9-3 SEC team, I've got to say something about the 3-loss team because I told both of y'all there's going to be a 3-loss team get into the playoff.
Yep.
And you're like, no way. And here's why. We're now come full circle to why I said there'll be a 3-loss team. Conferences, as far as the Big Ten, SEC, mainly those two, they're so deep and so stout, so strong with talent. A 3-loss team in that conference is better than a 2 or 1-loss team in some of these smaller conferences like Boise State
100%.
Or SMU or some of these others. And they have to get that right moving forward.
Yeah.
They're going to have to figure that out and acknowledge that and say, listen, we can't just because you won more games than the other team, you don't get the nod. It's about who you play.
Strength of schedule needs to be more important.
How many ranked teams you beat, who you beat, all of that. Yeah. It needs to be, factored in.
A lot. It is factored in, but it needs to be factored in.
Yeah.
More.
And for me, it's not because like Oklahoma. I would Alabama losing to Oklahoma in the fashion that they did.
They lost in the wrong time because people remember what you did in November.
They lost in the wrong way, but it would have been hard to see them Alabama in there.
Yeah,
you could have put South Carolina in there, but then they had a pretty bad loss.
Well, I think the team that needed to get in was South Carolina. They were playing hot because, like I said, people remember what you do in November. They don't so much remember your September losses or maybe an early October loss, but they sure remember those last 4 games of the season. And South Carolina had done really, really well moving into the end of the season. They had 3 losses. They needed to get the nod over, let's say, an Indiana or an SMU.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, I mean, Steve's back on here saying, the best 12 teams aren't in there just because you win a Power 5 conference such as ACC doesn't mean you're one of the best 12.
Steve,
I agree. I mean,
they're smart.
Yeah, there's no argument there
you can't argue
whatsoever.
That.
I mean, I agree. And then West, Ducks, and Ohio going to be a good one. That's
I honestly say Wes.
Wes, I'm coming over, by the way.
Wes was saying we need to get
have some screwball when we get there. No.
Sanders.
And not talking about yourself, screwball.
Y'all watch that
Coach
game?
Prom got his ass.
Yeah, by a lot.
The winner of this game right here, I think, wins it all.
Ducks and State.
Ducks and Ohio.
I think you're close. I think you're close.
Yeah.
Georgia's going to be tough to beat. Y'all aren't giving Georgia enough credit. I think.
I'd like to see Georgia.
So I think Texas.
Carson Beck's not playing.
I think Texas is going to beat Arizona State. I think that's not a given, not a gimme game, but I think it's not going to be
Texas
very
just
close.
has more
I
horses.
think Texas is just going
to have more horses.
Have their way, but I think they're going to
handle business in the second half for sure.
And then I think if Ohio State beats Oregon and then it's Texas Ohio State cannot beat Texas. They can't.
Ohio State can't beat Texas.
Defense,
Ohio State cannot beat
Ohio State's defense. Looks
wait.
Like
this is when it turns the neutral ground, right?
Oregon can.
This
beat
is the
Texas.
round that turns the neutral ground.
Yeah.
So I disagree.
Yeah. So Texas,
Ohio State can beat Texas. They have the talent.
Texas, Arizona State is at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Oregon, Ohio State is at the Rose Bowl. Get off here. Penn State, Boise.
What's that line on Oregon?
The Fiesta Bowl.
Ohio State. You were just
Notre Dame, Georgia, All-State Sugar Bowl. I think that game's a blowout.
Who's favored, though? Who's favored in that?
In what game?
That one. Ohio State, Oregon.
So right now you've got
Ohio State favored.
Ohio State minus 2.5. So
I'm telling you, Ohio State is talented.
That's crazy. A 2-loss team.
I easily see them winning it all, but I also see a couple other teams winning it all. Y'all keep saying Oregon.
Wes said Tyler and Josh can roll over, and the mayor of Indian Springs, Steve, will be there. I'm going to Wes's to watch this game. It's not tomorrow. It's Wednesday. I thought it was tomorrow, but it's Wednesday. So, I'll be over there for shows. Steve said he's going too. But no, I think Georgia, Notre Dame, I think that's a blowout in my opinion. Georgia's only a 1-point favorite. I would take Georgia. I take Georgia
without Carson Beck playing,
and take the over.
I think that's going to be a really, really. Good game.
I think that's the only reason why it's not.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Even though I've kind of dogged Carson Beck on this podcast before in the past,
a lot. Both of y'all have.
I don't think he's a good quarterback.
Well,
I think the 2 people we've talked the worst about was Carson Beck and
Hudson Clark. Hey, like I said in the text,
he just played his last game. 17-year season.
I did. I talked
kudos to Hudson Clark.
But kudos for being loyal.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
And he always wanted to be a Hog. He was a walk-on. He may have not been the best cornerback we've ever had at Razorback, but you got to tip your cap to him.
Tip your cap. Now here's the door.
Here's your flowers.
Have a good life.
Now get out.
Good job. Get out of here, buddy.
Y'all are pitiful. I mean, y'all talk about loyalty all this time, but you're talking crap
outside
about
of the COVID year, the 3 pick against Matt Corral and Ole Miss in 2020. What else has he done?
Yeah.
Name one thing.
I'm not saying he's great. I'm just saying y'all are all about loyalty.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all are about loyalty. He's never been in the transfer portal. He's never even asked to leave, and he's wanted to be raised.
That's why you give respect to him.
I give it to him.
But if we're basing our opinion off just sheer productivity,
I shouldn't have messed with this. Mike.
Then we all understand he's not the best, but y'all are talking about loyalty all the time.
You pull that down
every week.
That's why it falls, and ours never falls.
No, it falls because this is a plastic table.
No, ours ain't falling.
Well, no, mine's because it broke. That little disc broke. Like I said in the text, I give them kudos for
But every week y'all preach loyalty.
Whatever.
Now y'all talking crap about the most loyal guy we've ever had, I think.
Dustin Evans.
He's been through some tough times. Tough times.
Yeah.
He's been through some rough times with Arkansas.
He's an 8-year senior.
He's a Chad Morris recruit. Or not recruit, but anyway. Dustin's saying, what's going on with Landon Jackson? Landon Jackson is entered his name in for the draft. So.
Yeah, we got Tesla enter his name in the draft.
Yep.
We've got Landon Jackson, Jaquindon Jackson, Andrew Armstrong, and Gregory. We got 5 guys in the draft.
And Luke Haas has transferred. Where is he going?
Ole Miss,
along with the other offensive.
Tesla is declared for the draft
along with
after the bowl game.
Yep.
Our offensive lineman that we really liked.
It says, look it up. Tesla, Arkansas Razorback wide receiver, preparing for NFL draft.
And the offensive lineman that we really liked went there too. What's his name?
Braun?
He's like a guard.
Josh Braun?
Maybe.
I mean,
he played for us.
You're talking about a guy that was hurt the whole damn time.
Kudus.
Patrick Kudus.
Yeah.
He was one of our best.
He didn't play.
Well, he was one of our best.
Well, you got to be on the field to be the best.
Yeah.
Well, you might be right.
I need to figure out a way to get the Facebook comments on this page where I can just
see them all,
see it instead of having to flip back and forth because I control everything from this screen, but the comments, most of our watchers
so we
are
covered
on
the
Facebook.
bowl. We covered the bowl. We covered the Liberty Stomp.
The Liberty Stomp.
So what do we think about tonight with the Hogs in Oakland? Obviously,
y'all know this is the team that put Kentucky out last year, right?
In the tournament.
Yep.
Oakland.
That was the team that put
Did
them out.
not know that.
Well, they're
Yes,
4-9 and 1-5 at
let's say we win by 15 or more.
Yeah. I think the line was 17 and a half.
16 and a half right now.
Is it 16 and a half now? It was 17 and a half.
Yeah, so I'd go.
I'm going to say we cover.
I'm going to say Hogs cover.
It'd be close.
The over-under is 139 and a half. I'd bet the over.
Yeah, I'd like a 81-62.
I see an easy 85, 90 plus points here. I mean, we scored 95 against NCA and T, 82 against UCA, 89 versus Michigan. That, that game, did it go in overtime? Arkansas, Michigan?
No.
It finished at
It was a great game. They were up by like 15. We came back. We were up by 18, and then we messed that up.
If this was a high pressure game like that one was, I don't know if
that's what I said.
I don't know if she can handle it.
Well, that's what I told her before she came over.
Buck's going to get a cookie. Buck's going to get a cookie next episode because he's going to get his non-conference schedule.
He was right. He went. I think
right.
You said 11-2.
11-2, and that's what we'll probably finish. 11-2. So Buck was actually more optimistic than we were.
You said,
on the basketball.
and if we lose, you'll be right because you said 10-3, and I said 9-4. So
hey, I just like to say, I was also perfect on not the exact games, but the 6-6 football, and I said we would win our bowl game because bowl games don't mean anything.
Too. I said the exact same
yours
thing.
is on the ground too because it's about to come off.
No, it's not. It just was touching.
We need a new damn table.
Oh my gosh!
Anybody
who wants to supply some wood table?
Anybody got a wooden or steel table out there instead of this plastic?
Yeah, Steve. Braun went to Kentucky. Josh Braun went to Kentucky.
Okay, there you go. Well,
but yeah,
Steve and Wes, y'all come over here to Buck's house. It's like less than a mile.
Yeah, less than.
Y'all come watch the Razorback game over here. Come on.
Bring the whiskey. Bring the peanut butter.
Bring it on.
Bring the high quality H2O.
Bring it on. We got potato soup over here that was prepared.
There's a lot of it too.
By Tyler's friend. Girlfriend. I don't know. But,
all right.
Significant other.
Love you, buddy. I love putting people in awkward situations. I love putting people in awkward situations. It's my specialty. I love it.
Let's not. Never mind.
All right. So
I could bring up something that happened before this podcast happened, but
what? That's fine. So what are you saying the score tonight?
I'm going to stick with 81-62. I'll say the 81-62.
I'm going to go a little bit more high scoring than that. For us anyway, 87-60 even. 87-60.
87-60.
27-point win.
Yeah, I'm going 91. 91 sticking.
We should handle our business right before Tennessee, I think.
I'll say 91. I'll say 91-68.
It's about to start.
I think it's going to be a good one. I think it is.
You'll see some backups in there in the second half, I think.
These non-conference games are so hard, though, because you don't get up for your opponent because it's not a high-profile game, and sometimes you can be a little lackluster getting started, and I don't feel like they score. I mean, it's obviously sometimes they do, but then sometimes the game gets weird.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be one of those weird games where we maybe start slow and then we'll finish strong and kind of pull away at the end and end up covering the point spread, but barely. That's my opinion.
Well, I want to
since we're not gonna what do y'all since we're not gonna do a cast before the Tennessee game, y'all want to do any predictions for that?
And that's at Tennessee.
That's at Tennessee.
I'm going to say we lose by 4.
I think it's going to be. I think we're going to lose. I think we're going to get our butts handed to us this game. I think we're going to lose by about 15. I'm going to say 75, 60, 61, 75, 61.
We kind of do. We need another kick in the pants, humble us a little bit, but then motivate us to go.
It's on the road.
We're not as good as we think we are. Let's let that, because if you think about when Michael Qualls finished that dunk against Kentucky when Cal was coaching Kentucky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
After that game, Kentucky kind of righted the ship after that. They were like, listen, we're not as good as we thought we are. Arkansas just beat our butt, which we beat them twice that year. We beat them up.
Yeah, we were the only team. Yeah.
Only team to beat them twice. But then they kind of righted the ship, and they ended up making the Final Four that year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can have some lessons learned throughout this process of some
It's a young team, yeah.
With a young team, but then again, like I said, regroup, get better, learn from our mistakes, and head into postseason.
Yeah. What year was that? Was that 15?
Something like that.
Mom and Dad were at that game.
Yeah.
What's his name? Anderson was the coach, wasn't he?
Yeah, Mike Anderson was the wow, that is women's basketball.
That was Bobby Portis here.
Yeah, I was trying to
Hey, don't talk crap about women's basketball. We got someone here that's a fan.
Yeah, of not the Razorbacks.
I know, right?
Our Razorback girl team is awful.
Terrible. Terrible. Yeah,
they're awful.
She's a UConn fan, so let's just say
hey, that's a good team to cheer for.
That's what I said.
Girls basketball, anyway.
Yeah. Well, men's basketball, too.
And men's basketball.
I was about to say, they won the championship 2 years in a row.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. What you got in that glass over there?
Water.
Wes and Steve, come on. We're just right down the road. Come on. Let's watch this Hog game together. Come on.
Blue Pig.
I'm inviting you over to Tyler's house.
Come on. There probably won't be a whole lot of cheering since it's going to be a blowout.
I didn't get to say about the Tennessee game. I think you're right. I'm leaning more toward that. We'll go first we'll big lose. SEC road test.
Young team.
My young team.
It's starting right now.
Even if we do, we'll learn how to gel from it.
Here we are.
We'll be all
right. Next on
I've got it.
Too.
Go, Woo Pig, go Hogs. We'll see you.
Woo Pig.
Next
Bud
week.
Walton.
Go Hogs.
Go crazy.
Go Hogs.